Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. We're super excited to come to you again on this beautiful morning. Tina, how are you doing?
Oh, it is cold here in North Carolina. Like
Is it?
super cold. I always crack my window open like that much because my roommate cranks up the heat and I can't stand being hot. So, but this morning I was like
Ooh.
underneath my covers because it was so cold. It's like 25 degrees.
Oh
Um,
my gosh,
that
we're in
is freezing.
Minnesota, and we're in Minnesota. It's like 50 today, so we're beating you. That's crazy.
Right?
Ooh.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
we have Sarah and Tony Zolecki in the house.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Good to see
You guys are coming in from Minnesota?
We are, yeah, Minneapolis.
Well, hold on. You gotta say it right.
I can't.
Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Soda.
Yeah.
What is that? Like, is that Canadian? How they say that, or is that?
Yeah, it's more
Minnesota?
Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Minnesota.
but the meaning though, I think Minnesota's like, I forgot what it means. It's like some Indian tribe. It's very cool. So
Really?
yeah. So a lot of the cities like all over Minnesota and Wisconsin, half of them you can't pronounce because they're all in different Indian tribes. It's very cool.
Wow.
So
There's a lot of, we just moved to Florida like almost 2 weeks ago, and there's a lot of Indian names for the street names and
Yeah.
the towns, and
yeah, it's super cool.
it's very cool, the history, but to say them out loud, right? It's like they're like fun, like I don't
That's
know.
kind of like California. I lived in La Jolla, and for the longest time, I didn't know that La Jolla was La Jolla. But people still say La Jolla, La Mesa. Like it was all La Mesa, Chula Vista. Like all the Spanish names, and people still don't know how to say them. So
yeah, it's so funny when we lived in California. One of our I remember a long time ago, like, do you guys ever see the movie Friday? Like way back in the day, right? So it was so funny because when we moved there, I'll never forget. I went and we were meeting with some people in Rancho Cucamonga, and I was freaking out because I didn't know that it was a real town. I was like, oh, I thought it was out of the movies. I was like, oh my God, this is real. This is unbelievable. Like, I thought it was so cool that it was actually a real town. Like, we laughed so hard. Yeah, we couldn't believe that it was real. Like I thought, because it sounds so fake.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, only in the movies would they name a town Rancho.
Well, there's Rancho everything in California.
Yeah.
Like
Santa Fe.
Yeah. Everything.
Oh my God, we laughed. We thought it was so cool. We're like, oh my God, this is so cool. We're going to Rancho Cucamonga right now.
Right. Well, we had the Connect Summit 9 yesterday, and I don't know about you, Angel, but I got off the summit and I was so thirsty because of all the talking that we did yesterday, and just the energy. I knocked out like at 8:30. Like I was so tired.
So how long did that summit go yesterday?
Well, it's only like 6 or 7 hours, but we host the morning show and then we go right into the summit. So it's like the whole day, and it's a lot of moving parts to it. Our very first one we ever did was 2 days, and since we do it every month, we're able to pare it back a little bit.
That 2-day one, you and I both, for like 2 or 3 days afterwards, we were like
just like in a little coma. But even
events like that, is because it's on Zoom and virtual, you have to put like all of the energy that you would have had on stage, that we normally have on stage, to give that energy as a speaker. You gotta like triple the amount of energy.
I was just gonna say, exactly. Well, it's funny, like how they say like summit or virtual event like hangover, like it's legit. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're like, oh my gosh, like wow.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Take in, even as a speaker, it's a lot to push out all that energy and to talk to all these people and get everybody signed up for your course or what have you. But as a participant too, getting all that information, you like have information overload.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, now what do I do to implement it afterwards?
Yeah.
Like what do I do now? I have too much going. I have too much in my head.
Yeah, when you've listened to that many different speakers and that many different ideas over the course of just a few hours, you're like, okay, now I have this long list that of things I wasn't doing that
But,
apparently I
how
should
much
be.
of a failure I am because I wasn't doing it.
I used to feel that way. I used to go to networking events, and I would come out of a networking event really feeling like I thought I had my stuff together, but every single person I met,
the speaker was
they're
like, if you're not doing this, then your business is not going to succeed.
You mean you don't have this? You're not doing this?
And
I was like, I'm not taking the right vitamins. I'm not using the right face cream. I'm not using the right web designer. I'm not, like, all of this stuff. I used to just kind of feel very overwhelmed of, coming out. Like, I can't meet that many different people in one day. I've got a baby step. I've got a baby step.
You know what I do I know some people like type and take all their notes. Like, I'm still like, give me a notebook and a pen type of girl. Like, that's how my brain works.
Look, we are too.
Yeah, exactly. So on the back of my notebook, I always have like that. I have a sheet that's an action list sheet. So after every speaker, I take 2 things that I want to apply, and I write it on there. So then I've got my whole list by the time my summit's done or whatever event that I want.
2 things per speaker.
Totally. So then I have on the back. So then I go back to that versus all of my notes where it's so overwhelming. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I apply? And that's actually something that we teach our team, because we're just like, guys, like, I don't even care if you have an action list of 10, just do one of them.
Yeah.
I don't even care. Like, I don't even care about the rest right now. Just do one, because most people don't even implement one. And once you implement one and you get great at it, then go to 2. And then go to 3, and then, you know what I mean? But at least if they can see that list, it's so much less overwhelming versus they have all these notes and they're just like, what happens? Like you guys were saying, it's like you go through all this stuff and you're in your head, you're thinking, oh my God, I suck. I mean, that's really what you're telling yourself. I got to get it together. You know what I mean?
I thought I had all my stuff together and I came here, I want to just implement one thing. And you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do this and this and this and this. I like that, how you take it to and you put it in the kind of completely in the back of the notebook. So then that way you're not flipping through. Yeah. Because I take really good notes. I have really good handwriting, so I can see, but it's still overwhelming. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, what should I do for
you get so excited because you do have, like, I got notes and I've got all this stuff and you're just feeling on fire. But I almost feel like for every event that you do, you have to schedule the follow-up time, not just for who you're going to follow up with.
Implementation time,
you're right. The implementation. So following up with the people you want to meet and connect with, but even the implementation of all the things you've learned.
Now you're having the slurring problems today. What's in your coffee mug?
I know Tina was totally slurring her words yesterday. We were teasing her that there was something else in her coffee.
There really wasn't. I mean, I wish there was, but there really wasn't.
There's no reason to start this morning, right? Like that early in the morning.
There's a little bit of Bailey's in my coffee.
Exactly. What do they call those, hottie toddies or something? I don't even know what's in those things. It just
hottie toddies? You drink those in the morning time?
No, I don't. I've never.
She's like, no, I don't. No.
No, I just like saying it. I think it's kind of cute, hottie toddy, but I don't really even know what's in it.
So. I don't even know what's a hottie toddy. I think it just. I think it's something cinnamon, and that just burns my throat.
Yeah, me too.
It sounds like a fireball.
Yeah. Oh.
But I think, isn't that the kind of thing you drink, like, after you've been out in the slopes and out in the winter and in the snow and you're like by the fire.
Aspen and Vail and you're coming back and the cute ski instructor takes off your boots and he brings you a hottie toddy. Yeah.
I think so. I think that's the fantasy.
That must be my fantasy. You guys know we have 2 little kids that are 5 and 8. I'm just like, wow, that is so not my world. I was like, wow.
I'm your ski instructor.
You are her fantasy ski instructor.
Yeah.
You guys haven't.
Oh my God!
You haven't seen him ski, though. You haven't seen him ski. You definitely. There's no one. No.
No, she's like no. Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, so how long have you guys been married?
16 years.
Well, at least he knew, like, exactly. He's like 16 years.
Well, didn't you notice that I took a step back and I paused? I was like. This is his turn to answer.
Every year I get it wrong, and she would pause this time to make sure I got it right.
Yeah, you can see that. He's like, I know this one.
Yeah. Actually, under the table, guys, I was like this.
We got notes all over, and there's a big 1-6 everywhere.
You better say the right answer, or
Yeah.
to the couch. It is for you.
And we met at a networking event. I mean, that's how cool this is. I was living in California. Sarah was living in Minneapolis. And we met up in Chicago and met for the first time and got married 90 days later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know.
That's crazy.
Okay, so when we say your world can change in 90 days, your world can literally change in 90 days.
In
What
90
networking?
days.
Was it like a network marketing event?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so
legendary.
Angel and her husband met at a network marketing event too, but more than 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What network marketing event did you guys meet at? Was it like an open
So
one?
it was a company event. It was like a official launch of a company back then. And so we were with that company for 8 years, and then we helped start this company 7.5 years ago.
Was that your first company that you guys were a part of?
Together?
Okay.
Yes.
But I got started in network marketing when I was 19 years old. So
Wow.
crazy long time ago. And Sarah and I were in that same company, crazy story, but we never met, and we had the same upline.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then 10 years later, we meet at this other event and get married 90 days later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so tell us a quick little version of how you met, like what you thought of her, what she thought of you, and why you got married 90 days later.
This is like the dating game, right? Like, okay, just tell us, because Tina, I think really,
what is it you call it? Whoopee? Wasn't
yeah,
that whoopee?
Tina's gonna see if she can try and recreate this for herself. So yes, so she wants step by step. What does she need to do?
I'm in the whole dating online world because, for one, we're virtually and I don't leave the house. So how else am I going to meet a man? And for two, I'm like, how else am I going to meet a man?
You know what, though? I quit looking.
And that's when God said,
well, he said, you know what? You need to work on you, because you got to be, what are you bringing to the table? You know?
Oh.
Right? And so I had to work on my stuff.
Mic drop.
Right? And he's like, you got to be ready, you know, when he drops in. So I just went to work on me big time in every area of my life. And, you know, I know you guys have heard of Eric Thomas, right? And so one of the things that he always talks about is he's like, most people don't realize that they're bankrupt in so many areas of your life, right? If you look at like financially, spiritually, emotionally, all these, most people are, when they hear the word bankrupt, it's all finance, right? But the reality is most of us are coming to the table every day and we are spiritually bankrupt, you know what I mean? Like all of it. And he's like, if you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being wealthy in that area, what would you rate yourself? In every area, physically, what would you rate yourself? Emotionally, all that, right? And so for a bunch of those different areas, I was like, dude, I'm in poverty in these areas.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got to go to work on that. And so I did that. And guess what? That's why you're like 90 days later. I'm like, yeah, because he dropped into my lap.
You were ready.
Yeah, I was ready.
And I think the coolest part of the story, in my opinion, is when we met for the first time in July of 2005, we were talking on the phone every day prior to that meeting in person for 3-4 hours a day and getting to know one another. So we were building this friendship, this relationship every single day. So when we met, I felt like I knew Sarah for 30 years.
Well, because we had to communicate. Yeah. It wasn't like we went out to a movie and you don't really have to say anything for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like it forced us to like communicate and talk and get to know, like, you know, we had to talk. Yeah. And you know, it was just awesome.
Well, congratulations. What a love story.
Say hi to my son. My sons are here. Come here, Hudson.
Yes.
You say hi to Angel and Tina.
Hi.
I like your shirt. Are you glad there's no school today?
There's no school today?
He's still doing it though on iPads and all that stuff. Yeah, a little bit.
So are you guys, so now you're also, because of all the school stuff, you've got little, I mean, they're little. So you guys are doing school, you're doing work, you're doing life, like everything.
Yeah.
What are your little secrets to being this happy couple?
Oh my God.
Like a lot of hot toddies.
I
I
don't
was
think
just
so.
gonna, you stole my punchline. You
Oh.
stole my
A lot of
punchline.
hot toddies, baby, every night.
Oh my gosh, we were totally thinking the same. Oh no, you know what? Having fun. We just have fun, you know, and we've just really learned how to be flexible, right?
Yes. And it's not going to be perfect. It isn't perfect. It looks crazy every single day, and there is no, you know,
The only perfect that you see is just like right behind you, and that's it. Don't worry about what's behind the camera because you don't want to see all that.
Oh my gosh, it's disasters. It's all like we're in our little kids cubby right now, so it's like it'd be kids crafts behind us everywhere.
but you know what? You go with the flow. You know, you do your best. You laugh about things. I mean, we've laughed more about things than we've ever laughed these last 9 months because it's just what else are you gonna do? Get mad? Throw your arm? You just smile about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nothing you
Tony,
can do, yeah.
Yeah.
people are getting mad. Like they're angry and they're bitter and they're worried and they're
And then they take
grumpy.
it to social media, and I'm like, what are you doing? No, you have a business. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And
But
so
I think
you've
too, though,
found-
people have to make
Yeah.
a decision though, Tina, that they're gonna use social media to make money, not personal. Like you have to learn how to separate that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I love my social media, but I'm not on there for all the personal stuff. I have my own personal conversations with people offline, right? My friends. So I just think that people get caught up and they forget that. And I'm like, guys, like my Facebook is to build a business. You know,
Yeah.
yes, I give good value and I love how people, but you know, you have to make that decision, right?
Yeah, and I think it's easy for people to create drama and, you know, be negative and, you know, try to bring everyone down with them. I mean, that's what everyone does out there. And I think that when you stand out, people always ask, how do I stand out? Like, how can I separate myself? How can I get the edge? How can I be a little bit different than everybody else?
Yeah.
Just be positive. Just be
It's pretty easy, actually.
impactful. Just like serve and just like have fun and smile. And you know what I mean? I always I smile all the time. And I put stuff on Facebook and I go, I know this pisses a lot of people off right now that I'm smiling, you know what I mean? Because they're just like, why is he so happy? Why is he so positive? Why is he so encouraging?
Well, it's
But
crazy.
it's true too, because people do say that because they do that, say that to me too. I'm the gratitude specialist. I'm always
Yeah.
like taking things and everything's positive. There's nothing negative. I don't put no political posts, no negative things. It's all, you know, pink, white, and positive.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
don't do that. And they're like, oh, your smile is contagious. I'm like, good, it's supposed to be.
Yes. Yes.
But I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, I've had people that have messaged me that are just like, don't you guys care about what's happening? Like, don't you care? Like, just, I mean, there's so many different things that have happened through this year and we definitely care. We just don't blast everything on social media. I mean, that's just like what, I don't know. I mean, we just don't. I'd rather, instead of blasting it on social media, I'm just like, I live my life. You know what I mean? The best. So just because it doesn't mean I'm not affected by something, but it's like how I, you know, choose to live. Like people don't know, like, well, why aren't you guys out there doing other things? I'm like, we are. We just don't have to post about it. We don't have to talk about all of our contribution. Can't we just go do it? Like, do we have to put, you know, so sometimes it's a little frustrating for me because I just feel like I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is Facebook. Like, really? I mean, come
well,
on,
and
you
I
know?
think for me too, I think about my past, right? And stuff like the current election and elections in the past and just all the stuff that's happening in our world. I used to get all caught up in that drama and get all, you know, whatever side I was on, you know, going back and forth, but they're not paying my bills.
Yeah.
They're not giving me a game plan every single day to create my future for myself and my family. They're not worried about Tony Zolecki. So like, why are we all worried about all that? You've got to figure out for yourself what you're going to do every day and how you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So I know that Tina asks this a lot to a lot of our guests, and she did a Facebook post. But how do the Zoleckis start their day?
Well, one thing that I do now is and I've heard it forever, but I just was like, I don't know. I was stubborn and I wasn't willing to do it. Is I get up earlier than everybody in my house now. Every day I'm up
What
earlier.
What time do you get up?
You know, typically a little bit before 6,
That is early.
you know.
That is early.
But I have little kids though too, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
it's like, you know, I like today I didn't get up early. I got up like at 7 and my kids were up and my son's so funny. He's like, "Oh, I guess you didn't get your," he goes, "What time did you wake up?" I'm like, 7. And he goes, "Oh, you didn't get your alone time then." And he laughs because he knows
because
that then we're with
Oh.
him. Because he knows, right? So it's, I think it's for me, especially as a mom, like I need to be able to just get everything ready for the day, right? And get running because, you know, obviously we run a really big business. We run a
Well,
household.
because if not, you're crazy. You're getting up, you're getting this, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're getting this done, and you're like, oh, well, now it's 10 o'clock, and I didn't even get none of my morning routine done.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything that I was supposed to get done, and then you kind of lose yourself, right?
Yeah. Well, and I think too, you got to figure out what part of the day are you the hottest, right? And I know that I'm the hottest in the morning. I just am. I'm clear. I've got energy.
Well,
I,
let's
you
ask
know,
Tony, is she the hottest in the morning?
She is. I mean, she is the hottest in the morning. I have to agree.
I think this goes.
I
back,
concur.
think
I concur.
This goes back to the trophy husband.
Yeah.
Trophy husband answer.
Okay, how about you, Tony? What's your morning routine like?
My morning isn't perfect. There's some people that have this perfect morning routine. Mine isn't a perfect morning routine. You know what I mean? But here's what I try to do. Right when I wake up, I try to do some type of gratitude, you know, right when I open my eyes, because I know that I got another day here. My wife's amazing, my kids, everybody around us, you know, that I get to serve and impact and just have life and have fun with. So I do gratitude. And then, you know, what I like to do is I like to watch something, read something, or just sit there for a minute and just take the moment in, you know, and like, I do a lot of visualizing. I'm a big seeing it before it happens, seeing what's going to happen in my day before it happens, seeing what's going to happen, you know, in our business today before it happens, you know, seeing what's going to happen with our kids today before it happens. So I like to take a little bit of time and have that clarity too. But if I can get that time, man, I am off and running. And sometimes I don't get that time.
Right? Yeah, because you've got family.
Yeah.
Are there any routines that you do like with the kids, like throughout the day, either at the beginning of the day, the end of the day, any like little special routines you do with them?
No, it just depends on the day. You know, I think the biggest thing for us is the time that we do spend, like we're off our phones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they'll remind us if we're not. They're like, put your phone down. I mean,
You
they'll
put your phone down and talk to me.
Yeah.
Or let's come and watch a movie. We try to do movies with the kids, you know, movie nights, and they're like, okay, no phones, mom and dad. Like, we just want you to be with us.
I think that's so important that you tell, you know, you say, if mommy and daddy are on the phone, tell us, because it kind of tells them that they get permission to say, you're not doing what you said. You know,
like what Hudson's supposed to be doing his work right now, and I just passed him this note. Please go.
Yeah, you have. If you get to tell me, I get to tell you too.
Yeah,
Go please.
Work both ways.
At the bottom, P.S. If you go, I'll give you.
Yeah.
Well, he's still learning how to read, so I'm like, how do I make this simple? Like, otherwise he'd be like, "What's that word? What's that?" He'll blow my whole cover.
Mommy, what's that word?
I know. What's that? I know.
Well, he sometimes reads "please go" as presents.
I would translate that. That's a good translation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you two are pretty much one of the hottest couples in business. And I remember my husband starting his own company. He used to have a company where he serviced fire alarms and I don't know, fire stuff. And he had asked me if I would come and work for him. Like we had this whole official little meeting, and I said no. I didn't want to work with him. I wanted to be his wife. You know, I was worried that, you know, our pillow talk would turn into work talk and all of that. And so we, you know, he went off and did his own thing and I did my own thing. Like for me, like I just needed like something separate, like from him that wasn't an us thing. And so when I see couples that run a company together and have that, it's fascinating to me that like you can do it all, because I think I just would have, I
But
might have
Angel, you
strangled him.
guys do that now.
We
Or
do
not,
now.
not now in this couple of months, but like last year you did.
Yeah, but we
Like
had been
last year he
married
traveled with you and he did things.
25 years before we got there, right? He had had his own company, I had my own company, and we were raising kids, and then the kids were gone. And so it was almost like a second season for us, like to come together and travel and work together, because it was just a new season of our marriage. But when raising the kids and working, I just think I might have strangled him.
Yeah.
So
And then he wouldn't have been Mr. Eye Candy to you.
he would not have been Mr. Eye Candy to me. No, I do call him Mr. Eye Candy now.
Yeah. Well, there are days that he's eye candy and days that definitely not. And I think it goes both ways. Probably the same with me, for sure. But I think for us, we just learned how to we can pretty much read each other now, especially in business. So it's like if one of us is off, like we just learn how to step back and step away. You know what I mean? Like we just learn how to zip our mouth and not say anything and know that I'm like, oh my God, he needs a breather, or vice versa. But two, there's days that he's on and I'm not on. Yeah. And that's okay. Like we're on the same team. So we don't I don't give him a heart. If he's off one day, I'm just like, okay, that must mean he needs a break. Yeah. And then I just pick it up. Well, yeah. And it's the same with him, Yeah. But both together, just depending on the day. So, and then there's days that we're both on and then we just crush it. Right. So,
yeah. And I've learned to understand, Sarah's jam and her style. And I know the things that bug her, and I know the things that she wants to strangle me. And, I know those things. Right. So I try not to do those things because,
or you double up on those things depending on your mood. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, it's been a blast. I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way. And we're so much stronger together than we are by ourselves.
But we also know too, people ask us all the time, oh, I would love to work with my spouse, or I would love to, how do I get my husband on board, or how do I get my wife on board? And sometimes it just doesn't work out. Like, it's okay. Like, some couples are just not meant to work together, and I wish I could.
It's very, very hard to be together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, I'm going to miss you, or, you're leaving because you guys are together 24 hours.
And I think Sarah said something very early on is, that she worked on her. Yeah. Right. I think if you're trying to work on you and work on that relationship and be that, strength and that pillar for somebody else when you still got some stuff going on, it's probably pretty challenging because even, as Jay and I got to this stage in our marriage, we had gotten to that place where I know when he needs space. Right. And he knows when I need it. And there's just a different level of respect for each other, I think, than when we were earlier married, in our earlier years. So, right. I need to take just a quick little highlight. I want to talk about our sponsors of the Angel and Tina Morning Show really quickly, but then I want to give you guys just a chance to share all the juicy, fun stuff that's going on in business right now and how you can encourage our listeners to just take that leap of faith and go big, right? And follow their dreams. So we are so grateful to have our guests on the show with us this morning. Truly, it's our guests that make the show so special. They come in willing to be that bright start to your day, this unscripted morning talk, this conversation, and just to be a little bit more open and vulnerable to what's going on behind the scenes, a little different than maybe what we always see when they're, front and center on stage. So super grateful to our guests that come on the morning show. And then our sponsors really are those that make it happen. Zandra TV Network, we are digitally and globally syndicated across all those on-demand streaming channels and networks that you love to find your favorite programs on. Check out the Zandra TV Network and follow the Angel and Tina Morning Show. And if you've ever thought about hosting your own TV show, maybe you do podcasts, maybe you do YouTube channels, you want to step it up a notch, get in touch with Zandra TV Network and schedule a discovery call today by going to beonztv.com. That's BLISSBYTheLakeBoutique.com. And Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor. It's time to switch over to that holiday wardrobe. They get new inventory in every single week. Follow them at Bliss by the Lake on social media. They're actually going to be coming in a couple of weeks and doing a fashion show with us here on the morning show. We're excited about that. And then if you're feeling just overwhelmed, how do you get it all done? Our secret is don't. Hire a VA, a virtual assistant, or a team of VAs that can take that off your plate so you can focus on what you do best and hire out for all the rest. And when you go to sonicva.com and mention the Angel and Tina Morning Show, they're going to give you a 10% discount off your first 40 hours of virtual assistant service. Go to sonicva.com, SONICVA.com, and check out their new video services. Like, they are top notch, amazing. If you follow Tina on her YouTube channel, you see all the fabulous work that they are doing. Sonicva.com, SONICVA.com. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you, Sarah and Tony, for being with us this morning. We're super excited to have you. And I know you guys are business rock stars, right? I mean, like, that's your jam, is really creating teams, leadership, dream building, money building, like the whole kit and caboodle. So what exciting projects are you guys working on right now?
Oh my gosh. So we're right in the middle of Black Friday right now with our company. So it's like exploding. The last couple of days, I mean, gosh, our team, like 3.5 million in a couple of days. So it's like wild. I know.
Now, check it out. So,
it's so
and let's
crazy,
just tell the backstory, because I
guys.
want our listeners to understand. So we've been doing this over 20 years.
Right.
And we've been with our company that we helped start, about 8 years ago. And we had our biggest day in 20 plus years,
Yes.
$3.5 million or something like that, when we opened up on the 16th for Black Friday.
Yeah.
But there's a backstory always, right? And I want people to understand that, 20 years of doing what we do and love to do what we do, and then boom, look what happened.
Exactly. Well, I think it's important. Like, everyone's, I think everybody, like, no matter what business that you start, you want your results a lot faster, but also too, like, we had to grow into it. And there's a lot of things that we had to learn along the way, whether it be limiting beliefs, pushing through all that stuff, our negative self-talk, or
getting out of your own way.
Yeah, getting out of your, like, just all that stuff. And, I just look at, who I am today versus even a year ago. It's way, way, way different. Right. So I just think that just everything that we've gone through has prepared us for even this very second being here with you guys.
Well, what's so great is that the last couple of months, we started the Angel and Tina Morning Show in April, and we have had so many top network marketers on our show. And what's the biggest thing is that they're all underneath you guys. Like, every one of them. Like,
yeah, but they're all
like,
but
they're
incredible.
Oh my God,
they're all incredible leaders on their own. I love the profession. I just think that we just needed to shake it up. You know what I mean? We took the best of, like, what are all the incredible things about direct sales and network marketing? And what are all the incredible things about online shopping, social sharing, viral sharing? Like, what if we could actually merge that, right? And so we did. We actually call it social retail. And so we have been able to just create something that people absolutely fell in love with, that we just piggyback on the behaviors that everybody is already doing as a buyer, as a consumer online, right? So it just falls into place with all of that. And then two, network marketing is all about, having a system. And if you have a system that the average guy and the average girl, right? I mean, we grew up average. I mean, I was a nanny when I got introduced to this profession. Tony, I mean, he has a crazy story. Like, he worked on a taco truck. He was schlepping tacos. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, if you could take something like that and have a system that is so simple for the average guy to plug into, where they go, oh my gosh, this is simple. I can do it.
This is so simple that I could do it. I don't have to do this and all these things that all these people are doing. In fact, we were talking about this on the Connect Summit yesterday, that sometimes you don't want to get your videos and all that kind of stuff, so much editing and all that, because a lot of people can't do that.
Yeah.
Like for me with Angel, she had her course online, right? And so, half of her course was just audio and half of it was video too. And there were only like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And I was like, oh, I thought you had to like pay thousands of dollars to create a course. And you can, but having it that way too, it made me be able to launch my course right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you don't need all of that. Just start. Just start.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. What does Brendan Burchard say? He always says, you always say it. He's like, be willing to start small.
Yeah.
You know?
Be okay with it. You know what I mean? Because that's where everyone starts, right? And you just got to be okay with going, you know what? I'm going to learn some new skills. I'm going to be better today. And I'm going to be around people that will breathe life into me and encourage me and really, take me down the path.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
Sarah, what is I know one of your favorite products that you guys sell is this collagen stuff, because your hair.
That's horrible. I could never do commercials.
Why, Tony, she is hot in the morning.
You know what I need? I need like a Beyonce fan on me right now. So
Pantene commercials where you flip your hair up and just slow-mo.
Oh my God, I gotta tell you guys a funny story really quick. So I was actually speaking at a generic event. Eric Ward, if you guys know who he is, he has a big event that's called Gold Pro for generic network, for network marketers, right? And so I was up there on a panel, and it was a social media panel talking about social media, but it was so funny. We were all sitting in these chairs and I was in the middle of like these 5 chairs and he was at the end, and I was sitting there and there's like this little vent that was like right on my chair, like right in front of my chair. I kid you not. It was blowing. So my hair was literally blowing all the time. And Eric finally looked at me and he's like, oh my God, you're like, look like you're like Beyonce hair. Cause my hair was like, I would look and I would answer.
Got the Marilyn Monroe little fan going.
It was driving me crazy. And I was trying not, I was like, oh my God, this is so weird. And then we were all dying. It was so funny. Because of that. Like, anyway.
I just had a picture of a new product idea. You know how everybody has their Diva ring lights?
Yeah.
You have a fan on your
too.
light. And so it puts light and like blows on you a little bit at the same time.
Oh my gosh, we need to find a patent to that right away, guys.
He's like, hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Listen,
so
if someone can make $1 million off of pet rock, my God, we can make $1 million on that, right?
Right? Yeah, we're gonna go into business together and do that little tiny fan that you put in the middle of your ring light to blow your hair so you can have Beyonce hair like Sarah.
But the collagen, babe. The collagen.
Yeah,
collagen
it's the collagen, right? I mean, it's the biggest buzzword out there, right? I mean, everyone's like, even like in California, like Kim Kardashian, there's like billboards with collagen, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's what everybody knows they need to take. But I wish I could say that all collagen is the same, but it's not. People are taking it in pills or powder, which isn't bioavailable, meaning when you take it, it's not immediately absorbed into your bloodstream. Plus, people talk about, there's marine collagen or there's vegan collagen. The reality is there's no such thing as either one of those. This is like, it's not, you can't do it.
So tell us exactly what collagen can do. I know it can.
It makes
so,
your
okay,
skin
so the
tight.
one that we sell that's gone bonkers is actually something that's called BioCell, and it's actually 3 things. So it's collagen, hyaluronic acid, and chondroitin sulfate, right? So I always tell people, like, when you're born, that's why, typically babies are chubby because they are pumped full of collagen, right? But what happens?
So when you're chubby, you got a lot of collagen?
Well, when you're a baby. But day by day, you start losing collagen and hyaluronic acid. It's even in like the liquid that's in your eyes, right? So it's like, as you get older, what happens? You start getting joint discomfort, wrinkles, hair loss, your nails are brittle, right? You get dry eyes, right? Think about like all of these things that happen. Just
check.
You just start depleting. It's just what happens. So we're like, well, hey, listen, let's create an amazing product. And we've got 7 US international patents on it, 20 plus clinicals. Like, it's real legit science that is in a liquid. So people take it, twice a day in a little spoon. It's really easy. And it's incredible with what happens with people. So obviously for me, my hair growth is like ridiculous. But I just think that it's just, it does so many different things for people, right? Some people I have that start taking it, they use it for their hair, but all of a sudden, like they notice a decrease in wrinkles, right? Or all of a sudden, the joint discomfort that they had in their elbow is changing,
Or
right?
their knee.
Or their knee or whatever, right? So I think that's what's really neat too, is that it ends up, just being a great byproduct for so many different things that people have.
So you said you've been doing this for 20 years, and I'm looking at you going,
Yeah.
you have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, and you've been doing this for 20. Like I'm
Yeah, the math is not adding up
and I'm
right.
looking at you going, she does not look that age.
I'm 40. I'm 47.
And I'm 47.
Nuh-uh, now they're both lying.
No,
No,
no, we're actually 8 days. We're 8 days apart. So my birthday is September 27th, 1973, and his is 19. So he's actually older than me.
I see.
You're older than me.
I think you're. Yeah, I think you're lying.
But he
I
has
think
even
you're
better
lying to
skin
us.
than me. It's ridiculous. It's like he's like,
Okay,
"It's
so
Latino,
have
it's
okay,
Latino."
you got to tell us the truth now. Is all of this because of the collagen? Like you haven't gotten.
a lot of it is. We've been
A lot of
drinking
it
this
is.
stuff like nonstop.
Like it got rid of my 11s, like in between. I don't have any,
Ooh.
I
have a filter on, so you can't see mine.
Yeah.
You know how on Zoom you can use your
I know.
filter.
I asked Tina, I'm like, you look so pretty on Zoom. And she's like, there's this thing on where you
There's
get these
filter.
advanced settings and it like
didn't
says to
know
touch
that.
up. And she's like, do you see that little bar?
So
She's
if
like,
you go to
move it all the way to
all the way to the right. So if you go to stop video and go to video settings, it'll say mirror my
touch up my
video,
appearance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here.
touch up
here.
my appearance. You just push it all the way to the
So-
right.
Yeah. I
Wow,
turned so like
I just learned
Look,
something.
this is me without,
this
a
is me
filter.
without, right?
and this is me with the filter.
Are you guys telling the truth? It looks the same. You guys look the same. Like you look
Oh.
great.
It does? I feel like it.
No, see, well, you can see. See, now you can see my wrinkles right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, now when I touch it up,
Oh my word, you totally can.
Dang, that's good.
I think that's awesome. Actually.
it's my Zoom collagen.
It's-
Yeah.
Oh, I fit collagen by Zoom.
Yeah. But you know why I like collagen? Because I'm a girl that I don't want to be pumping Botox in me. Because listen, once you start, you can't stop.
You can't
Ever.
stop. Yeah.
And they still don't.
And it has a completely replacement for Botox.
That's
Right.
right.
With Botox, you're getting rid of these little wrinkles. You're getting rid of the
Girl,
11.
and you're paying a fourth of what you would pay for Botox
Yeah.
minimum. I mean, you don't have to leave your house. You take a chunk of it, throw it in your refrigerator. I mean, I would rather do that than it's like, I mean, the studies are still not out, guys. It's still going to be how many years down the road that all of a sudden they're like,
Is
oh,
it
why
Botox?
Botox is good for you.
Is
Yeah,
it
I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those class action suits, right?
Yeah.
Did you
Have you
experience this
have you
after taking
ever
Botox?
shot up Botox in your face? Have you
Yes.
experienced death, suicide, facial dysfunction?
Yeah, exactly.
Contact 1-800.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people, I'm like, man, it costs less than hair extensions. It costs less than Botox. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I mean, I love it. I mean, I
So
love
it
it.
helps your wrinkles, your hair, your nails, your appearance, your joints.
Okay,
And
so
And you have another fabulous product that is like a chocolate thing. And I just got it. And I'm like in love. I'm like
Yeah.
with my little chocolate spoon full of chocolate. Cause
Yeah.
it is
So
chocolate.
that actually has a collagen in it, but it also has CLA in it. And what CLA does is it actually targets fat cells in your body. So like underarms, tummy, thighs, it helps change your body composition, right? Going from fat to muscle. And so you take a
And
spoon of it a day.
He's like, what?
Yeah, you take a spoon of it a day, and it's our #1 selling product. People love it. I tell people though, you need to be on it a good 90 days because there's no, I tell people like, how long did it take you to gain that weight? Well, you can't expect to lose all that weight that you gained in 30 days. Like you need to be, let's be realistic here. You know what I mean? So
And you guys just came out with a new flavor.
yeah, so there's it's blackberry for the season. Oh my God, it's to die for. It's ridiculous. And then we've got obviously great Black Friday sales going on. So they're like, some of that stuff is 20-30% off right now. And then also on top of that, any of the new customers also get additional $10 off too. So, you know, people are loving it. I mean, I love a good deal. So
Right.
that's why, you know, people are scooping
Okay.
it up right now.
And
How
you
do
have
people-
a little code for everybody, right? Like
I
can get this great information, this great product that's going to make you hair like Beyonce Sarah.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So where do they go?
Yeah. Yeah. So do you want me to, should I give them the code?
Yeah.
Yeah, give them the
Oh,
code.
all right.
Like, hold on, let me get a pen.
I know, exactly. Well, we'll drop it in the notes in here
5
too,
minutes.
right? I'll
Yeah.
drop the actual link.
Sarah,
But
you're
someone-
killing me. You're killing me. Tell me.
What? Yeah, I want. So you'll go to
the code.
so you'll go to modere.com and then like / right?
Spell that MODERE.
Yep, modere.com / and then the code that you want for the deal is 438-9484. So 438-9484.
And that gives them a discount immediately.
Yeah, it gives them a discount on everything. All the holiday deals are on there. The what Tina was talking about is actually called the trim. So it's blackberry. So you want to look for that.
If this is their very first time ordering any of this stuff, I just got the trim. And then
Yeah.
I recently just ordered another little package from Sarah. But if this is their very first time and they want kind of like the whole experience, like they want the fat turned into muscle and they want to get rid of this and then the hair, and what do you suggest that they get?
Okay, so I suggest that they get the lean body system, okay, in blackberry. And what that is it's got a fat burner in it, a gentle detox, and it has the trim, right? The spoon. So the lean body system. And then the collagen, they'll want to search and they'll look for the word life, LIFE. And that's the actual collagen in the bottle that they can take every day.
And you take that twice a day, right?
Yep, and it says it right on the bottle. Really simple. You know, really simple. Yeah.
That is amazing that you can literally take this twice a day.
Yep.
And so you've been taking this for a lot of years, but how long did it take you to look this beautiful beforehand?
Honey, she wakes up looking, she's hottest in the morning.
Right,
Didn't
she's
you hear?
hottest in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right. And so,
without her teeth brushed and everything hot.
yeah, so
Yeah.
somebody new, right? I mean, there's probably some lifestyle changes. Like the other day, my daughters came over for dinner because they live here in Florida, and that's one of the benefits is we get to have dinner with them once a week.
Yeah.
And then afterwards we went out for ice cream. And I knew I shouldn't have finished the whole thing. I'd had plenty,
Right.
but it was
Wait,
in
did
my
you have
bowl.
a pint like before or no?
You know, you buy one of those, like we went out, like and it's way too much. It's way too much ice cream for any one person in one sitting. But I couldn't stop eating it. And then the next morning, I'm just like, where's your discipline, woman? Like you didn't have to eat the whole thing. You knew you didn't need the whole thing, but it was just so yummy and I just couldn't stop. And so I'm thinking I might have some discipline issues with the sugar.
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting though? So when someone orders that lean body system, the one in blackberry, so not only do they get that at 30% off, they also get $10 off on addition to that because it's new as a new customer, but they also get a free product called Carb Blocker. So, and that's like a $30 product. So what's great with that, Angel, is for someone like you, if you're like, oh my God, I know that I might eat something that I shouldn't eat or has high carbs or
So
maybe
like that
maybe I'm
pasta,
gonna have
that pasta
lasagna.
that we love.
Maybe I'm gonna have a lasagna tonight. Well, you just take that carb blocker before you eat. And what it does is it like legit like blocks the carbs. So that's why I'm like, that's why people are just going crazy because they're like, oh my God, like this is like the greatest holiday thing ever for us. Because it's going to help you not only release the weight, but also not pick up any more pounds.
So I know I don't look like it, but I'm 50 and something happens like to your metabolism as you age, as you get older, like
40, because
your
when I
body
turned 40,
starts
like that next week. I was like,
yeah, you get to like, I was like the same weight, like all my life, like just all my life. And then I wasn't anymore.
and And then 2020 hit.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
it happened, it was, it started happening a few years ago, but it's like your body composition, your metabolism, like really shifts and
Yeah.
changes. And you really have to be far more mindful than I ever used to be, about what I'm eating, my exercise and all of that. And it sucks.
Yeah. But too, I think it's definitely a decision you have to make. Like you got to be ready to release the weight, right?
Mhm.
Otherwise, that's why people have done a gazillion different fad diets or whatever, and it's never worked. Well, they never really fully committed and said, okay, I'm sick of it. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And
So
you
what I like about
just said like the golden ticket right there. A lot of people say, I'm not ready to lose the weight, or I'm not ready to lose weight. It is not losing weight, because when you lose something, your body is looking for it, right? Your body is looking for it to return. So
Release.
you said to release the weight.
Yeah, you don't go pick it up again. But I think too, that's what's nice about that system is it's like a catalyst for people, right? To go, okay, I need to start making changes. But you guys know when you start feeling better, you're having more energy, you're losing weight, you notice just a little by little, right? All these little wins.
And your self-confidence goes up.
Well, you start making better food choices then, right? All of a sudden you are drinking more water. All of a sudden you are going on a walk every day. All of a sudden, you know what I mean? So it's like this catalyst that starts helping you, create this healthier lifestyle. It doesn't have to be, I think people in their mind think too, they swing the pendulum so far over, right? And then obviously that's never sustainable. And that's why people quit doing stuff. So it's not like all of a sudden, hey, I'm going to go train for a marathon and you like haven't even gone on a freaking walk in months. Like, dude, don't do that to yourself. Like you're just not going to commit to it. So I love this system because it just kind of kickstarts things for people. And then they just start moving into that healthier lifestyle. Like I just think it helps people just string along all these wins, which you guys know just helps create just some incredible confidence for people.
Absolutely. Well, this is exciting. So it's modere.com.
Yeah.
The /438-9484. You get 30% off, plus an extra $10 off, plus a carb blocker, and it's a brand new fabulous flavor.
Yeah. And it's called the Lean Body System. Yeah.
The Lean Body System.
Doesn't that just sound? Ooh.
It really does.
Yeah.
Okay, really quickly, Sarah Tony, what kind of exciting things do you guys have coming up in the next 90 days or so? Besides this amazing Black Friday specials that you guys have that can make your hair look like Beyonce and get rid of all your wrinkles and make you look fab and hot in the morning.
Yeah. So we actually have a program that we sell that's coming out on Black Friday. Well, Tuesday.
Yep.
Next Tuesday. And it's really kind of what we're calling the ultimate network marketers bundle. And it's like our top 2 courses that we've ever done. And one is basically called How to Instantly Influence People, but in regards to network marketing. So understanding people's personalities, how do you present to them? How do you recognize them? How do you close that personality? How do you get to move them into action? How do you get them going once they're in? Like we break all that down. That is by far our hottest course. And then our other one that we do, what was our other one?
5-day level up boot camp.
Yeah, so it's a 5-day level up boot camp. So inside of that boot camp, we do all kinds of cool stuff just to help people level up in their business. And so we're actually doing a cool bundle for Black Friday. And so we've been busy. It's exciting.
And that one's only going to be $97.
Yeah, for all of that stuff. Yeah.
And how do they get that? Do you guys have a sales page up or anything yet?
We don't yet. It's supposed to be up later today, but we'll make sure that we'll get you guys the link on that so then we can get that out and rolling,
So we'll so if that's something that you guys are interested in, $97 to create this amazing thing. Okay, so
it's all video. So it's, you know what I mean? It's all,
they can watch it on their own time. They
can go at their own pace. Yeah.
So we'll make sure that you guys get a link later on today or tomorrow. For them. Is there anything, any last words that you want to tell our audience that, something to inspire them for the rest of 2020? Look hot every morning.
I think it's, don't be afraid to do a redo. Like a redo is not a bad thing. I think, I know 2020 has been hard for all of us for many, many different reasons. But I just think that, now more than ever, no matter what president is in office, like at the end of the day, guys, we all make our own economy. We all create our own economy, and we have to be smart at this point and make sure that we are doing things that potentially we can create leverage in our life, whether it's an online business, whether it's a business idea that you wanted to run with forever. Like, I just think that life is so short right now. It's like we gotta run with those things. And one of the things too that I don't know, it just hit me like a couple weeks ago. Someone was talking about just like being in your prime. And I just really kind of looked at myself and go, gosh, am I really in my prime yet? And I know the answer was no. If I asked all of us, do we feel that we're all in our prime? And it's like, man, I feel kind of a sense of urgency to really do whatever I can to get into my prime right now. And I don't know what that necessarily looks like, but I know that it means just really doing everything I can to become the best version of me, and just really doubling down on just getting good. You know what I mean? At the things that I feel are the gifts that I have. So I just want to encourage people just to what are you doing to create your own economy in the year 2021? Like what does that look like? Have a plan, do it scared. But you need to make sure you're doing something.
Yep. And I'll say this, that you can look at 2020 two different ways: as the worst year of your life or the best year of your life.
Yeah, so true.
And you get to pick and you get to choose. And hopefully you look at it as the best year of your life, because how I see it is, I look at Sarah and I, and our business has tripled this year. I mean, we've been able to bless thousands and thousands and thousands of people with just our business, with contribution. I celebrated 10 years of sobriety. So I help, people that struggle with addiction every single day. That's the real work, in my opinion. And I just love, encouraging, giving people hope, breathing life into them. But look at this year as the best year of your life, and the magic that will happen from what you decide to do today.
Yeah, so true.
Going into 2021.
Wow. So what are you going to decide to do today, right? Taking that leap, create that magic, and make that decision to turn around. Like the fact that you could triple your business in this economic, climate gives hope, right? Yeah. You're absolutely providing hope in the storm. And Tony, congratulations to you on your journey, because that is huge, and walking others through that. But both of you just being this shining light and this testimonial for families, for couples, for just people that are looking for another answer right now. You guys you're just a shining example. Super excited to have you on the show with us this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, Angel, thank you,
awesome.
and Tina, because you guys inspire us, and thank you for what you do every day, because you serve at a whole new level, and thank you.
Oh.
Well, this has been a really fabulous episode of the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this morning. I'm Angel Tussey, your media exposure specialist, your media matchmaker. If you're looking to leverage the power of what I call OPA, other people's audiences, to get more exposure and visibility, leverage the power of media and publicity. And it's so easy to get started when you grab my complimentary media starter kit at makeyourbigimpact.com. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. Everything you need to know to open up those doors for media and publicity. If you've got news, let's alert the press. That's makeyourbigimpact.com.
Thank you, Sarah and Tony. You guys have been completely, so inspirational. I'm Tina Torres, your client retention expert, otherwise known as the gratitude specialist. And if you're struggling with attracting the right clients or knowing how to connect to them, or if you just don't even know how to convert them into clients, I have a complimentary guide that'll help you grow your audience organically, online and offline. Learn how to connect and nurture those relationships authentically, and then take those relationships and turn them into paying clients. You can grab your free guide if you text the word connection to 26786. That is the word connection to 26786. We are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We are so grateful for you, our audience, our loyal fans, and to you guys, our guests today. We hope we brought a bright start to your day. We will see you guys tomorrow. And this week, I'm trying to get rid of my little note. This week, we have Maribel coming in for our last cooking segment. And next month in December, every Friday, she's going to be teaching you guys how to make Christmas dinner. So we just confirmed this is our second cooking segment. We're going to have all month of December, every Friday. So make sure you mark your calendars. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fabulous day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.